What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trey. We back at it again with another. This one right here is for kiddie pool truck drivers. Kiddie pool. We've all been to the kiddie pool, either with our parents or we've been to the pool as an adult. And when we get there, we see everybody's seen it. The parents there holding their kids' hand, walking them into the water, playing with them in the water. You got to stay by your kid. You got to watch them because they scared of the water. But if the parent wasn't there, the child would be terrified. Wouldn't know what to do at all. Wouldn't go anywhere by the pool because they scared of it. It's just too big. It's too much for them to handle. You could take your child into some water. If you holding your child, you can walk them out to the water. It could be an alligator in the water. As long as they with their parent, they're okay. They wouldn't go anywhere by the water if the parent wasn't around, if they knew the alligator was in there. And it's a lot of kiddie pool truck drivers out here. When the company don't tell them what to do or don't give them any initiative, they won't do anything. If they're not getting paid to do it, they don't want to do it. They won't move the truck. You know, they might have talked to their dispatcher. Dispatcher sent them a message, said, once you get empty, head to this city or that city or this place. They won't move the truck until they get their work assigned. How you gonna be successful like that? Why don't you have any initiative as a grown individual to get going without any direction? It's like you need the company to hold your hand the entire time. What's that about? If you're thinking about going into truck driving and you watching this video, you'll see that a lot of the people that are successful at truck driving think like entrepreneurs or business owners. Everything you do, you're not going to get paid for. You see a guy backing a truck up, struggling, and you don't want to help him out because he's got to learn. Y'all work for the same company. Some of the time y'all work for the same company and you don't even want to help the guy out. That's not the mind of, thinking like that, that's not the mind of a successful person. If you have to be told to do everything, to reminded to pre-trip your truck, companies calling you to find out why your truck's not moving, you've been in a sleeper too long. Your check gonna come up short every time. Why is it so difficult for people to do the small things? They accomplish the big things, but the details is what they miss. Flatbed especially. You're not throwing enough straps, risking it. I saw a guy on the yard one time. He had a student. He didn't have any edge protectors on a product that needed edge protectors. It was foam. He had 2 big stacks of foam on the front of the trailer. Threw one securement over it. No edge protectors. And I told him, I said, from my experience and everybody's experience on this yard, you need to put some edge protectors on that and throw another strap. He replied to me, he cut me off, said, I've been doing this for 6 years. I said, okay, I left it alone right there. And you know what? I had a conversation with this student while he was in the sleeper before he went in to get loaded. The student was asking me a lot of questions because they had an airline that wasn't connected. So I walked over to the student. He was sitting in the passenger seat, and I said, hey, you got an airline that's not connected. He said, oh, okay, let me get out and fix that. We had a conversation. Then I went inside. They went in, got loaded. I see him on the other side, not securing their load the right way. Talked to his trainer. Trainer says, I've been doing this for 6 years. It's a good thing that at least I made a friendship with the trainee. Because when he comes back, or when he gets that product again, he's going to secure it my way, hopefully, instead of the way his trainer taught him. You can do everything right for 6 years. And looking back on it, you'll know that you were covered. Or you can try to get away with stuff here and there and not do what you're supposed to do for 6 years and it never catch up to you. But the one day that it does, you're going to learn your lesson. All it takes is one time, man. One time for a mistake to happen and you're in a bad place. Now, I bet you if he was on, a terminal yard or something like that, he would have did it the way he was supposed to do it. You got to be responsible out here, man. You're risking people's lives out here, hauling this stuff down the road. It's got to be right. Trucking, man. Every truck could be its own business. Even though you might work for a huge company and you got a company truck, that truck could be its own business. How you run it is up to you. But are you running it like you're an owner-operator? Every company driver position is just an owner-operator in training. Just like if you work at a restaurant, you might come in working the fries, working the burgers or whatever, working the register. That's like company driver, right? Then you might move up to supervisor. That's doing real good as a company driver, setting the example. Then you go up to lease operator, co-owner of the truck. That's like assistant manager. Manager even. Then you can own your own franchise. Owner operator. So a company driver is just an owner operator in training. If you want to be successful as a truck driver, you've got to treat every situation like you're an owner operator, even if you're not. So many people have the attitude of, I don't own the truck. Why am I going to pre-trip it? I've got to sit and wait for my load, to get loaded for my appointment time. Even though I showed up on time, they're running behind. I got to wait 5 or 6 hours. You want $500 for that. But you're not taking care of the truck. You're not running it like it's your business. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Getting the loads there on time. Spending too much time in the sleeper. You don't want to work. You don't care. You're just there to collect a check. Anything outside of what you get paid for, you don't want to do. You have no integrity. You don't want to do it. Nobody's watching. You're not going to be you're not ever going to go up any, living like that. Gotta go.